So we're on the Long Beach Peninsula this weekend doing a bit of exploring, and there's a little community I'd like to check out called Oysterville. I came across a couple of historic stories that are fascinating. One involving the actual stealing of the county seat from another community by a group of rowers who came over during a winter morning church service and stole all the county records. The other involves a vigilante group going in and executing a couple of prisoners at the county jail.
The town's rich history dates back to the mid-19th century when it was a thriving center for oyster cultivation and fishing. In the 1850s, the first European settlers arrived in Oysterville, attracted by the region's rich natural resources. They quickly discovered that the local waters were ideal for growing oysters, and soon oyster farming became the primary industry in the area. The first oyster beds were established in the 1850s, and by the end of the decade, the town had become a center for oyster cultivation. As the oyster industry grew, so did the town of Oysterville. By the 1870s, the town had several hotels, saloons, and general stores. It was a bustling community that attracted people from all over the region. Oysterville's reputation as a center for oyster farming was further enhanced when it won a gold medal at the 1889 World's Fair in Paris.
However, the prosperity didn't last for long. In the early 1900s, a disease devastated the oyster industry. Most of the residents left Oysterville and it became a ghost town. There are still some buildings that can be found and some historical plaques in the community that give a clue as to the history of the area. Over my shoulder is the site where the courthouse used to stand, and right behind that was the jail where the vigilante execution took place. I have here an account by the victim's niece. She wrote, 30 masked men quietly landed at Oysterville and subdued the jailer. 5 shots were fired into the cell where they ricocheted and killed the prisoners. Then the next morning, parents took the children to see the bodies. R.H. Espy told his son, "My boy, this is what you get for breaking the law." Although the town's fortunes have waxed and waned over the years, its historical significance remains today. It's a charming little place that anyone interested in the Pacific Northwest history should make an effort to go visit.